It's the friendliest crowd I've been in front of in 6 months. Democrats and members of the press. You've come a long way in 72 years. 72 years ago, a woman could not be part of the American experience. If you don't vote, that's coming back in 2017. If I were you, I would vote. But look how far you've come. The most dishonest person in America is a woman. Who's about to be president. How could that be? My party is going batshit crazy. So, speaking of Paul Ryan, you're 46 years old. You've been the vice presidential nominee of the Republican Party. You're the Speaker of the House, the Republican-controlled House. You're smart. You know the budget backwards and forward. You have a good temperament and disposition and the judgment of Solomon. You are a dead man walking in this party. When Trump gets to the guillotine, you're going to be the first one to go. To Nancy Pelosi, for the sake of my party, never get out of politics. We're down to you. But there is hope. As long as the Democratic Party's around, there is hope. Without you, we're screwed. So let's start with our loyal opposition, our Democratic friends. Bernie Sanders. I love Bernie. Not really, but you're supposed to say that in the Senate. So then there's Hillary. The only demographic I know we're going to win is the people who take care of the first family at the White House. Can you imagine opening the door and saying they're back? You better change the lamps out and lock up the silverware. How can we lose? The leading candidate on the other side is under investigation by the FBI. Woo! FBI agents here tonight. The leading candidate for the Democratic nomination thought she was flat broke after 8 years in the White House with her husband being president. That's not flat broke. All I can tell you is that if we don't win this election, when are we ever going to win one? That's not meant to be funny. A good Republican would defend Ted Cruz after tonight. That ain't happening. If you killed Ted Cruz on the floor of the Senate and the trial was in the Senate, nobody could convict you. To the women who left the kitchen tonight to come, thank you all very much. John Kasich needs your help. He's the moderate with a good heart. The nice guy is Ben Carson. He tried to kill his cousin and hit his mother in the head with a hammer. He's the one we all like. How did I lose to these guys? Then there's Marco, the boy wonder. I'm not saying he will change his positions, but he will change his positions. The Secret Service's main job, if he's president, is to keep him hydrated. Can you imagine when he meets Putin? And there's Ted. I was asked the hardest question in my political life. Do you agree with Donald Trump that Ted Cruz is the biggest liar in politics? Too close to call. I know exactly when Ted's going to drop out of the race. March 12th. That's Canadian Week at Myrtle Beach. When all of our Canadian friends get 10% off. But I will say that our Canadian is better than your Kenyan. Well, at least Canada's closer to America than Kenya. It's a step in the right direction. So, and who else we got?